And there we go, Claire. I remembered to press record. So, welcome everyone officially. Um, Emmy, I love that. Chuck the kids in bed, determined to make this session. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased you're here. And don't worry, it's all feeling a bit clunky tonight. Music's not really working. I don't really know why. Oh, here we go. Maybe. It's thinking about it. Okay, let me share our computer audio. There we go. Yvonne, you're in the bath. I love that. Yeah, that's my proper self-care space. I can completely resonate with that. Don't worry, you don't have to have your camera on, lovely. So you enjoy your bath, you soak and soak away any of the energy you need to release. Oh man, do you know, it's one of the things where I've got to have my camera on. I wish I was joining from the bath. So, oh, yeah, everyone's a bit jealous of the bath time self-care that's happening. So, I'm going to give it a minute, see if I can get this music to start playing. And while I do that, firstly, if you've never joined us before and you have no idea what to expect, and perhaps you've never met me before, I'm making a big assumption here, right? Welcome. I'm Holly. I am many things. I think we've got music, ladies. I am many things. Amongst them is a Reiki master and teacher, a teacher of Ayurveda. Um, I'm a little bit distracted because the music's gone off again, not sure why. And this is our little space for self-care. So once a month we gather for our Reiki Circle where we tend to ourselves because we tend to find that the people in this space are very good at looking after everyone else. And perhaps, you know, often we get forgotten, right? So, this is my little gift to you to make sure that you're making time for you amongst all of the other things that I'm sure you're juggling. Whether that be responsibility or health conditions or, just the mundane life stuff, right? So gorgeous to have you with me tonight, and I hope you enjoy this little hour just for you. So, if you haven't already, get a little nest ready. You might want some cushions, you might want some blankets, you might want any of the things that really help you get into that zone of presence, just being here in the moment. So for me, often that looks like anything kind of sensory, right? So maybe it's an essential oil. Maybe it's a particular herbal blend that you love to burn on your altar. Maybe you don't have an altar. Maybe you don't have a herbal blend. You're still welcome. Maybe for you, it's a particular lamp that just creates this soft glow that allows your nervous system to go, whatever it is for you. I invite you to get your little cocoon ready on this Monday evening. Emmy, you've got herbal tea and a candle. Perfect. No bath though. I know we're all still really jealous of the bath. Um, Nikki, welcome, gorgeous. Angela, it's your first time with me and it's sounding wonderful. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it. You're curled up on the sofa with two pups. That is my idea of self-care. That is my absolute idea of self-care. I'm a doggy. I'm a doggy woman. You've got your fragrance candles ready. That's very calming. I love that. Okay, so we may have to go without music tonight. But that's okay, right? Because we create our own music. So what I would invite you to do is find a little comfy spot, and that could be sat down, that could be laid down if that feels like just what your body needs tonight. There's no judgment here, there's no right or wrong. This is very much about you tuning in with what you need in this moment. And what I would say is, if you fall asleep during this, please don't worry. Often we can hold a little judgment and feel like we've missed out. But actually, whatever you receive from this tonight is exactly what you're meant to receive. And we're just going to trust that's going to come through for you in whatever way it needs to come through. So finding your sweet spot, whether that's sat up, whether that's laid down. And whenever you feel ready, and if it feels good to you, ever so gently closing your eyes and just allowing yourself to notice that gentle rise and fall of the breath. And as we're witnessing the breath, we don't want to get pulled into whether it's deep enough, slow enough, regular enough. We just want to allow ourselves to breathe however we need to in this moment. And give ourselves permission to just let go of control, to let go of fixing, to release any part of us that wishes to perfect in this moment. And just allowing yourself to just see what it does with curiosity. Beginning to notice all the little nuances. What parts of your body expand on the inhale? And what parts of the body contract on the exhale? Can you feel that in the front of the body? Maybe in the lower abdomen, that expansion. And can you feel that in the sides of the body? How your shape changes from the inhale to the exhale. And can you feel that breath moving in and out in the back of the body. And maybe you notice the temperature of the air as you inhale and maybe you notice how that temperature changes ever so slightly on the exhale. And maybe you can follow that breath in, up the nose, into the lungs, feeling that expansion of the abdomen. Maybe there's even a little pause before the breath is released and moves back through the same channels. Giving yourself permission to do nothing else but just witness this air moving in through the nose, into the lungs, maybe feeling that slight pause before it escapes again. And following that breath for just a few more rounds. Noticing the temperature, the sensations, the expansion, the pause, and the release. And if your mind is particularly busy tonight, and this feels more challenging than usual, that's fine. There's no judgment that comes with that. We just redirect our focus when we notice we've become distracted in thought, in emotion, in other body sensations. And we redirect that focus back to that beautiful rhythm of the breath, moving in through the nose, expanding the lungs, allowing time for a little pause before letting that go. And seeing now if you can allow your attention to just rest in the little pause between the inhale and the exhale and the inhale. And it may be just a moment. Those little moments of space. Those little moments where there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to be, just here in this space. And the beautiful thing about space is it's completely expansive, infinite, filled with possibility. Anything is possible in these little moments of space. And with this in mind, allowing your mind to conjure the parts of your life where you would like to invite in a little bit of newness, some new opportunities, a freshness of energy, a bit of springtime awakening. And that might be a relationship, your career, your finances, your wellness, how you think and talk to yourself. There's no right or wrong. Allow your intuition to guide you. Where could do with a little bit of springtime awakening, some fresh energy, a new perspective, an opening of opportunity. And this isn't something to overthink. Perhaps you have 10 areas in mind. Maybe nothing particularly calls to you tonight. But if you did know the one area that you would like to see a fresher energy in. Let that come to you now. And as you think about that area of your life as it stands at the moment, I invite you to notice, how does your body respond? Is there a feeling or a sensation that happens within as you think about this area of your life as it stands at the moment? Perhaps you get a knot in your belly, a tightening in the chest, a closing down of the throat. And we're not going to get lost in the sensation, just observing it, becoming curious. How does my body respond as I think about this area of my life as it stands currently? Where do I feel it? Where does it live within me? And when you feel like you've observed a particular place, or maybe two, or three, or four, in the body where this sensation is most alive, I invite you to place your hands in gasho or prayer pose, placing your palms together, fingers coming together. And just notice that sensation of the palm on palm, finger on finger, that feeling of touch, of touching and being touched at the same time. And if you work with any guides, any deities, any ascended masters, maybe your higher self or that part of you that knows better. Maybe you work with a particular ancestor or speak to them or pray to them. Maybe you would like to talk more to God or universe or the universal energy that connects us all. However you see that thing, maybe something that's bigger than us, or just your most favorite version of you. You can invite that part of you or that deity, that angel, that guide to join us here tonight. and support you with bringing in some spring awakening, some renewed energy into this area of your life, and clearing any blocks that you are holding within. Setting that intention internally, however feels good to you. And I invite you to imagine now that coming in through the crown of your head is the most beautiful, iridescent, awakening energy that is here to clear away that which is stuck, that which is stagnant, that which is heavy, that which is weighing you down. And allow that light, that energy to enter through the crown of the head, traveling through the mind and through the face. And maybe you can feel it. Maybe it feels like a tingling, an awakening, a refreshing sensation as it comes through into the throat, into that heart space, filling up that heart, clearing out any stagnancy, any heaviness, any cloudiness, any darkness. Allowing that to shift and purge any energy that doesn't want to be there anymore. And allowing that light to then travel down the arms, into the palms of the hand, creating this beautiful circuit, flowing from one palm to the next. And one palm to the next, flowing back through the heart. And allow yourself to just breathe here while this energy is clearing out anything that wishes to be shifted from the heart space. Anything that's been blocking your ability to feel love, to be love, to receive love, to give love. And as energy clears, sometimes it's accompanied by sensation or an emotional reaction. And again, we don't judge that. We allow space for it to flow through however it needs to. Maybe a sob escapes you. Maybe some tears need to fall. Maybe you need to have a good chuckle out loud. Maybe none of these things are true. And maybe the sensation is limited or not there at all. That doesn't mean it's not working. But give yourself a moment to become curious. What do you sense What do you feel? What do you know to be true in this moment? Perhaps you receive a color, an image, a word, a memory. However this comes through for you, know it's absolutely perfect. And let go of any part of you that wants to try harder. You're literally just a vessel. And I invite you now to remember that part of you where you felt the most sensation as you thought about the area of your life that you wish to change and how it is currently. And I invite you to place your hands on that area. And just allow yourself to relax. And continuing to let that energy flow through the crown of the head into that most beautiful heart space, down the length of the arms into the palms, and allow it to begin working on that area where you wish to see an energetic shift. And allow yourself to just become curious of what you experience as you do this. And we're not grasping, we're not trying to see something, we're not trying to feel something, just becoming curious. What do you notice? Maybe you notice a temperature change. A sensation filling this part of your body. Maybe in your mind's eye you see the color shifting and changing color here. Maybe you feel a heaviness lifting. Maybe memories come to you, or an image, a word, a symbol. And if at any point you feel like you've been pulled into trying, allow yourself to mentally step back, come back to the present moment, and just become curious again. What exists here in this moment? And if any point you get pulled into thought or a distraction like an itch or a pain, know that's perfectly normal. You're not doing it wrong. But just gently redirecting that attention back to the sensations you're experiencing in this moment. And if at any point you feel called to shift where your hands are resting, trust that instinct. Your body knows where the energy needs to go. And just remain with what you notice in the present moment. And I ask you now to call forward either your guide, the wisdom of a deity, an ancestral wisdom, the wisdom of the part of you that knows the best. I invite you to ask, what does this part of me need to know in order to shift and change? What does this part of me need to hear? And remain open for answers. Maybe you receive that wisdom as words. Maybe it's an emotion, a color, an image, a knowing. Trust however you receive that. And know that some days there's lots of answers. Other days those answers are either extremely subtle or they go on, come in on a level we don't quite hear out loud. But know they're being received and will emerge when the time is right. And I invite you now, as your hands are still doing their thing, to consider what a beautiful thing you've done for yourself tonight, to make this time to devote your energy to you. To make the effort to just arrive can be so challenging sometimes. To overcome all the barriers, whether they're external or internal. So maybe whispering a little thank you. Maybe giving yourself a little squeeze with those hands. As you say a little thank you for making the time for me. And really breathing that in, really feeling that gratitude, that appreciation of self. Letting that feeling really land. And then taking a moment to consider all of the beautiful people that have joined you here tonight, that have helped create such a safe space and gorgeous energy. It's allowed you to become present with you and what you need in this moment. That's given you permission to just work on you, be with you, tend to you. Maybe imagining a little string connecting all of the hearts in this room and allowing your love to flow through that string to each and every one of them. And whispering a little thank you. It's a really rare thing in this world to find a safe space where you don't feel like you need to perform or be something for someone else or meet their needs first. So being in community with people that allow you to just be, feeling that appreciation, that gratitude, and sending that out along those little strings that are connecting all our hearts together tonight. Feeling that love coming back to you as other people's strings pour that love into your own heart. And finally, taking a moment to consider all of the guides, the wisdom keepers, the medicine women, the shamans, the teachers, the masters that have come before us, that have passed down beautiful teachings, that have allowed us to understand how to truly take care of ourselves on every level. Even if their world doesn't look like ours now. All of those generations that have strived to keep the wisdom alive. And as before, allowing yourself to send them love, gratitude, appreciation for the fact you can access it now. Maybe whispering a little thank you. And if you haven't already, thanking your guide or that part of you or deity or angel that joined you here this evening, that supported you with helping you clear that block, waken up that energy, shift that stagnation. Maybe placing your hands in prayer pose if that feels right to you. Maybe it doesn't. Trust your intuition here. But thanking them for their presence and support. And before you open your eyes, just taking a moment to notice, how does your energy feel now? Has anything changed? Does it feel the same? There's no right or wrong, just curiosity. And ever so slowly opening up your eyes, allowing that light to begin to filter in, whether that's candlelight or lamplight, or maybe just the light of the stars. And just take a moment to consider what you want to take away from tonight. Maybe it was a word. Maybe it was a knowing, a sensation. Maybe it was that sense of appreciation of self. Give yourself a moment to consider what that is now. Maybe writing it down if that feels good to you. Maybe just locking it away in your little heart space, planting it like a little seed ready to grow throughout the rest of this week. Now, for those of you watching on replay, this is where we're going to love and leave you, as we'll be opening up the circle for those that want to share their experience. But I hope that gave you a little bit of an energetic shift, maybe a little bit of nervous system nourishment, maybe a little bit of gratitude towards yourself and other. But if you would like to reach out and let me know, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, take care of yourself and we will see you soon. Take care.